credentialing program was a fabulous experience. I came to the position with a music background as a music teacher in public schools, and had worked in churches, but mostly as a chorister. I had never been the leader of the music program before. And I was new to Unitarian Universalism at the time. And I talked to a couple of the new candidates about what kind of classes they were taking. It sparked an interest because I knew especially that I had that void of knowledge. And so I got materials and read and went on the UUMN website, and they had a lot of information there. And as soon as I saw the types of classes that we would be taking, I knew that that was something that I wanted to do.
The main reason I decided to join the Music Leadership Credentialing Program was that I felt strong about my music leading abilities. Though I've learned a bunch more stuff. I don't know if I would say that again, but you know, in general, I felt strong about the music part. But what I didn't feel as strong about, and what I noticed week to week, as many people who lead worship do, is that there's a lot of pastoral care that's involved. There's a lot of music ministry that's involved. So those were my main motivators to become a credentialing candidate.
I'm a lifelong UU. I'm a conservative trained musician. I've been in choruses all my life, done a lot of music. I looked at this as a way for me to make sure I had all the parts covered, that I really knew things in depth.
I wasn't sure if I should plunge right in and go for the Music Leadership Credentialing Program, because I was so new to the UUMN and to Unitarian Universalism as a whole. I'd only been in the UU Church for about 3 years.
I'm not a member of the church, and I hadn't been growing up. I came from a different background, so it's an opportunity to learn more about the church, more of its history.
I had been a choral director and music director in other denominations. Methodist and Disciples of Christ was most of my experience, and so what I lacked was ways, the history of Unitarian Universalism, and an idea of ways to articulate what it means to be a Unitarian Universalist, and the history of the organization and the people pre the UUA.
You know, when this program came up, I was thinking I'd like to go back to graduate school and, develop my skills in either conducting, or I was looking at one of the local ministry schools, divinity schools, and this came along and I said, this is perfect and the price is right. And it has been a great experience. The 3 years have gone very quickly.
Professional development days were actually started, I believe, as a response to a need for church musicians to have a way to be recognized a little more officially by the denomination, in a similar way that clergy are. And that's sort of grown into what's now the Music Leadership Credentialing Program. But the professional development days themselves are really a chance for anyone in UUMN to come explore some really deeper issues that may seem tangential at first to what we do. Issues about staff development, issues about theology, issues about personal care, self-care.
This year's where we were talking about church growth and organization stood out in particular to my situation right now. We've been in a lot of change with an interim minister, and some growth physically. We're opening a new section of our building, but we've had some decline in membership. So talking about how the church functions and where I fit in as a leader of that congregation, and where music fits into the life of the congregation was really, really helpful.
We talked about conflicts. That was the most important thing for me, because the conflicts come up, and it was very nice to see a breakdown of what the different levels of conflict were, and then I could hang certain things that have happened in the past on, okay, well, this was at this level, this is at this level, okay, and now I know how I can deal with that.
Last year in Portland, we talked about cross-cultural engagement and ways to involve music and ideas from other cultures respectfully.
I think the most helpful to me was the worship class that we took, to have them talk about from the idea of what you want to preach about and how we find the music that fits. But it's not just about the words, it's about the mood, it's about the energy that you want in the worship service at different times throughout the service, and engaging the congregation so that it's something that they're helping to create.
One of the things the Music Leadership Credentialing Program really focuses on a lot that I think is terrifically valuable is the idea that, that we are music ministers, that what we do is minister through music, and that our music is important, that church doesn't happen without us, and church happens differently because of us.
And we spent a lot of time this year looking at how churches work and looking at our roles and looking at music's role in ministry. And I love the holistic approach of seeing all of this as interconnected and all of it as a supportive web for worship.
So each year after we finish the conference, we have homework that we need to do that we then turn in at the following conference. And the homework is really good. It's homework, so it means you have to do it. It's outside of your normal jobs and duties in life. But I've really found, and I've mentioned to others, that it gives you a way to put your week in, week out job of leading worship. It gives you a way to focus what you're doing.
The assignments that we're doing are all going to be very, very useful at our jobs. We're not doing busy work. We're doing things that are really going to help us be better at what we do.
One of the benefits I didn't expect was having a closer knit group of colleagues with whom to share and feel a more spiritual connection. Actually, I'm finding that I really enjoy getting to know the other people going through the program and trying to keep that connection.
I think the folks that have gone through it before really feel that it's important to help the people that are coming through, give them encouragement. And it's funny, when that happens to you, then I feel now I'm in my second year that I need to pass that along to the people that are starting.
You know that you've got people who are having to think out their philosophy or having to develop their music program, and you can call them, and it seems like everyone's very open to share.
There's a lot of emphasis on keeping contact throughout the year. That's an important part of the program. You know, we have groups and we keep contact, we check in with each other, and then when we see the whole bigger group at the conferences.
It's not just that we coincidentally happen to meet each other at a workshop and talk about this for a few minutes and then we went our separate ways, but we've committed to spend this focused time together over the next year or 2 years or 3 years, and we are going to be able to take those conversations and those relationships and help us for the rest of our careers.
There's just a lot of emphasis on group activity, doing things together as a group. The variety show at the banquet is a really important feature.
At the banquet, the closing banquet for the annual conference, the credentialing candidates get together and present a musical offering of sorts for the rest of the conference. And this year we did a parody of a Broadway tune. It was a lot of fun. My favorite part of the project, though, was that we had 11 music directors gathered in a room trying to put together a creative project, and not once did we argue about anything. It was just all this great sort of collaborative, this could work, oh, let's go down this road.
It's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of laughs, and we've also done a lot of hard work together, and it's been just a great experience. The fellowship is unbelievable.
If someone were thinking about signing up for the credentialing program, I would highly recommend it.
It would be a really good way to learn, to discover places that you might want to grow or need to grow that you don't know about. That's what happened to me.
You will know a lot more than you do now, and you'll be sure of yourself in ways that maybe you aren't. Maybe there's a little corner of this job that you're not so sure about. You'll get to go there and, either sweep out the cobwebs or, put in a new shelf.
And I love meeting people who do what I do and who've walked where I am walking or trying to walk, and everybody is so supportive and was so willing to share.
It's also about having all of us musicians kind of on the same plane professionally, and seen as folks that the leaders that the UUA has invested their confidence in, no matter if we're 2 years serving or 40 years serving.
You're making connections with all these people. You're getting to show off your skills. You're getting to see other people's skills.
But it also really, I think, empowers and encourages me as an individual that, what I do is recognized, it's valued, it's important in this congregation, in my district, in the region, and all the way up to the UUA. People are looking at musicians and saying, we appreciate you. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're doing what you're doing.